I agree. Now, Joseph James, Chairman of the Yurok Tribe. I come from the village of Shagga, located in Laurel County, Missouri. Today is a call of action. We are calling on the federal, state, and local governments to break the cycle of extraction and acquisition of tribal lands and resources. We are calling on all tribes to stand in solidarity to protect tribal sovereignty and our resources.
Tribes have the inherent responsibility and obligation to restore balance. The ocean is the last pristine and sacred place left. Protecting the ocean, tribal sacred places, and the lives and culture of indigenous people is the most important priority. It is clear that there is great uncertainty and risk of harm from offshore wind development on cultural resources, the environment, and indigenous lives. Tribes cannot be expected to trust regulators and developers to prevent this harm or to cease operations if the harm occurs. Only tribes have the knowledge and experience needed to ensure the protection of cultural and environmental resources. The federal and state process to this point has not prioritized tribal sovereignty nor sought tribal consent. There can be no responsible offshore wind without tribal consent. We are calling on federal and state decision makers to recognize the inherent authority of tribes to regulate their ancestral offshore waters and lands, including permitting and regulating any offshore wind development that may occur within tribal ancestral lands, and to commit to, in partnership with tribes, establish a legal framework which recognizes co-equal decision-making authority. Next is Vice Chair Frankie Marks.
I'd like to thank everyone who attended these 2 days, our tribal leaders, our tribal people, our cultural practitioners, our federal and state partners. This is exactly the type of effort that we need to see continue, where we center the discussion with the first people, our tribal nations, at the center. Want to thank the staff, Yurok Tribe, all of those who helped make today, these days possible. Thank all of the individual members that came here because they cared, that came here because it's their sacred sites. It's their time to show and be a part of a system that wasn't designed for them. Be a part and help create a better industry than the ones that we've seen in the past. And have a discussion. And have a place to have a discussion. Because rarely do we have a time for us to talk in a place that's centered and grounded where we are. That allows us to have discussions where we feel comfortable. That's on our ground. Thank you all and appreciate you coming.
I agree that now Robert Hempstead, Vice Chairman, Trinidad Rancheria, families from Escau Village and Metau Village on the lower part of Klamath. I would like to thank the Yurok Tribe for spending the months and months that it's been mentioned to bring this together in a good collaboration, and been able to invite and bring brothers and sisters from the East Coast over in a good way, and provide us with information and look for a pathway forward in a positive way, and ultimately to work hopefully in a good collaboration with our brothers and sisters in the South and the North, and learn from the East, and we can see what we kind of move forward in a good way locally in regards to renewable energy in general. So thank you. Thank you, Don.
My name is Don Landry Ridley. I'm a tribal council member of the Norwalk Indian Nation. Our territory is largely in 3 counties, essentially from Lake Shasta down to Colo. I am a citizen of the Yurok Wind to the High Palm Band. These 2 days for me have been educational and empowering. I thank the Yurok Tribe for putting this together in such a beautiful way. I say educational because of the diversity of the speakers and the quality of and the respect that has been shown here throughout. And all these diverse people, some we agree with, some we not. Empowering because we have perspective from from some peoples who have been through something that we are facing right now. Those are the East Coast tribes that were here. I'm so grateful for that. Their experience has really, I think, broadened the kind of questions that we can now ask. I also have had the experience of feeling hearts shift as a result of this diversity and this time together. And I've spoken to some people who are in positions of decision making, and I asked them directly, do you feel like anything's different as a result of this experience? And each time I asked that question, there was a pause, and then there was a head nodding, and we're going to be thinking about other things. And that's very empowering to me.
Thank you. Ms. Ramirez?
Nishma, yoy kitu kunam shama sana kahum gizi. Asia panim chakta sumuatas. Efe hetana lomi costa noman excellent nation. Efe hetan the greater Monterey Bay area. We come today to listen, to learn, and to feel how all of our people feel. There is no difference in us. The state, the government treats us differently, but we are not. We stand together, we live together, and we're not finished yet. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reed? David?
Kataptanu, Yurok, Wichiwani, Natonkusa. Thank you, Yurok Tribe, for inviting us from the east to your homelands. Thank you for being a gracious host. Thank you for allowing us to speak before the elders here. You know, we have shared concerns with what's going on in our respective regions. Mashpee and our sister tribes, the Mashantucket Pequots and the Aquina Wampanoag, we stand in solidarity and want to share our experiences so that you're prepared for what's to come. There's a lot of work to do, and we look forward to working together with the Yurok Tribe and the other tribes within the California region and West Coast to address these concerns and call on the federal government to uphold their trust responsibilities in a good way, to ensure that the future generations appreciate the environment of the shared resources we've had for thousands of years that have sustained us and supported us. We ask for these things in a good way. Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, members of the West Coast delegation of tribes for being here and taking the time to listen to what we have had to say. Good talking to Tony.
Thank you, David. Before we close, this is what it looks like when you put tribes, Indigenous people together in a room, something that's so near and dear and important to us as a way of life regarding the ocean. To have a tribal offshore driven by Indigenous people regarding their way of life, regarding the protection of resources, regarding the environment, regarding our culture. This is what it looks like. Those microgrids are not going to be part of it. I want to thank our tribal leaders. I want to thank our speakers. Most importantly, I want to thank our Yurok Tribal Council for the work they have done and the continued work that they do for their people, their way of life. And again, with that, thank you. Welcome.